this reaction video, we're going to be checking out the diss record exchange between Royce da 5'9" and Lupe Fiasco, Silence of Lambda versus Steve Jobs. Let's get right into it. What's going on, world? How are you? Of course, it is me, Dave, from musicfeltbyme.com. And don't forget, you can always follow me at musicfeltbyme. That's on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to support the page, you want to support the channel, you absolutely can. You can do so on Patreon, patreon.com/musicfeltbyme. Link for that's in the description box down below. Definitely go check that out if that's something you're interested in doing. You can be supported for as low as $1 a month, which unlocks early access and access to the vault of live videos that would be played on demand on the Patreon website. And then for $5 a month, you get yourself a guaranteed reaction within 30 days of your request, plus you earn yourself a discount code to the merchandise store. I started a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/joystickdave. Definitely go check that out. First 50 followers get entered into a raffle to win some of the very first Joystick Dave merchandise. So you could win something for free. But if you're a fan of what I do and you'd like to see the gaming side, definitely go head over there. Link for that is also in the description box. Appreciate that very much. This is the worst case scenario for me, right? Anyone that knows that Lupe Fiasco and Royce da 5'9" are both in my top 5. 2 of the best 5 writers, I think, in hip-hop. I'm a fan of both of their music. I'm interested by their intellect and their insight and perspective on things. I don't always agree, but I'm always interested to hear from them. I love their podcast. Competitively and hip-hop wise, I'm here for it. I love when 2 great lyricists have the opportunity to compete. I love that. My girlfriend phrased it perfectly, that if they have to get mad at each other, or if it has to jeopardize their friendship, or if you have to be angry in order to express yourself, that's not fun. That's not competition. There's venom in that. And I don't like to see these 2 operate the way that they've been operating from an anger standpoint. It's not my battle. They can choose to do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it with one another. And maybe there's a little bit of theater in this show. That I don't know. But there's music. It's 2 of my favorite artists. I'm interested to see what happens. Royce dropped the song Silence of Lambda this morning, and Lupe has since responded, so we're gonna jump right into that right after this. It'll be one long video here, but we'll get both songs, one perspective and one listening session. So let's get right into it. Royce da 5'9", Silence of Lambda, Lupe Fiasco diss. That's not part of the title, but I've heard that this is where it's happening. So we're going to get into it. Before we do, though, don't forget you can always subscribe for free right here if you like what you see. Don't be scared to hit the like button. If you want to be notified about my very next video, make sure you hit that notification bell now. Turn all notifications on. That'll highly increase your odds of getting a notification next time I drop something. And leave a comment down below. Once I rate this song and these 2 songs, let me know. Did I overrate it, underrate it? You tell me. Let me know what your score is. Let me know who you think won the exchange, and or if you agree or disagree with whatever the result may be here. Yeah, sound off down below, and let's get right into this.
Solidarity like that muscle we refuse to flex. That synergy that these niggas just refuse to tap into. In our disparity, match our hustle, we exude success. Attack us mentally, that's that energy games get trapped into. Therefore, I'm done for listening.
Alright, so crazy internal, multi-syllable, external rhyme scheme here to start it off. Solidarity like that muscle we refuse to flex. That synergy that these dudes just refuse to tap into. In our disparity, match our hustle, we exude success. Attack us mentally, that's the energy kings get trapped into. Okay, so he's unleashing his intellect early on. And if you take, so it's an A-B rhyme scheme as far as the ending rhymes. So if you were to take the 2 A rhymes, you get solidarity like that muscle we refuse to flex, and our disparity match our hustle, we exude success. You have solidarity, disparity, like that muscle match our hustle, refuse to flex, we exude success. So almost the entire thing. I mean, there's 14, 15 syllables per sentence there, and he's hitting on about 9 each throughout the sentence. That's crazy. And then the internal ones, or the B rhymes, is that synergy that these dudes just refuse to tap into, attack us mentally. That's the energy kings get trapped into. So it's like that attack, synergy, mentally, and he internally rhymes like that's the energy the kings get trapped into, tap into. It's just there's a lot there. This is gonna be a long video.
The energy kings get trapped into. Therefore, I'm done promoting the dumb shit. I'll put a hole in your son while he holding your son chips. While you over there with a chip on your shoulder like you over or some shit. Your flow is
man. Attack us mentally, that's the energy kings get trapped into. Therefore, I'm done promoting the dumb shit. I'll put a hole in your son while he's holding your sun chips. Seems kind of like a quick contradiction, right? Like I'm promoting the dumb shit. I'll do this. So maybe the dumb shit to him is all the talking, right? I'm not doing all the talking. I'm about that action, or it's just maybe how quickly he can jump from peaceful to violent, right? You know, like in a heartbeat. It says, I'll put a hole in your son while he's holding your sun chips while you're over there with a chip on your shoulder like you're Hova or some shit. And saying like you're acting like you're the greatest and you're getting disrespect like you're fucking Jay-Z.
While you holding your sun chips, while you over there with a chip on your shoulder like you over or some shit. Your flow is redundant. I separate your body from soul. Now your body is cold, spiraling out of control. Now you over there, body odor is pungent. For coming out of your body over assumptions. Look at all this past.
Man, what a scheme. What a scheme. Now you're over there, body odor is pungent for coming out of your body over assumption. The whole thing is, your flow's redundant, I'll separate your body from soul. Now your body is cold, spiraling out of control. Now you're over there, body odor is pungent for coming out of your body over assumptions. Like you jumped out of your own skin. So out of character that you jumped out of your own skin over assumptions, assuming that I was saying this. Oh, man.
Aggressive pussy and all the past neglectful positions these pussies put me in. We them cool niggas bringing food, liquor, and foolies in. They do all the yelling and accusing. We them cool dudes bringing food and liquor and foolies in. Food and liquor, Lupe Fiasco album, right? And then also the cool on Lupe Fiasco album. So he's kind of using his albums to maneuver through his sentence as reference points. Nickel bullying, cruelty to MCs is intellectual vibrato. Running full speed to hit niggas with the message like wallow. I bleed mentally, if I greed mentally and sing with Neo and Stevie Sensory. I squeeze till this ego completely empty. I'm three-dimensional, I feed the MCs, I'm greed and envy. Carlito, watch me go Rebo, y'all sweeties Bentley. I skid mark through these thoughts with an arse, commit larceny. I live hardly, to incarcerate niggas to kill softly. Either or it's me or Bill Cosby. They trying to kill a lord online, premature, it's Bismarck. Can't expect you to like me more than you love rap beef. You respect white.
That's a Bismarck. He passed away. Rip to Biz. Yeah, there was like a rumor like a month ago that he died, going around online. And his lawyer had to come out like, no, that's not true. He's not dead. He's fine. And then 3 weeks later, he actually passed away. So he says here, either or it's me or it's Bill Cosby. They're trying to kill a lord online. Premature as Biz Markie. So like the online rumors wound up like actually, coming true. But they're trying to like prematurely say that he was dead, which they're kind of doing with Royce, right?
People more than you love black people. I let you waste with an H8. I estimate, I let you naysay. Y'all legends ain't safe. I does a great flex, I decorate weight. I estimate 100 left, I let the case say. I don't care.
Oh man. I SMH, I let you naysay. Y'all legends ain't safe. I desecrate flex, I decorate sway. I estimate 100 left, I let the K slay. Jeez. So all the DJs, right? Funk Flex, what was it? Sway, Sway in the morning. DJ K Slay, he's using all the radio shows and the DJ vibe to scheme up that whole thing. That's dope.
Faces on big runs to small steam. I don't care what big guns to a small beef. I don't really care what Mickey Fax has to say. Add Lupe, that's touche. I don't care for big guns and small teeth. You know the gold on froze.
I don't carry big guns to a small beef. I don't really care what Mickey Fax has to say. Add Lupe, that's touche. I don't care for big gums and small teeth.
On the coach's bling, just so you know, not a soul walking the earth is mean. Bow before the king, kiss the goat, all-purpose ring. Water guard poses like a bound soldier versus me. Y'all with all the jokes, laugh hard, but y'all ridiculous. I'm with all the smoke, Matt Barnes, Shakari Richardson. Rap page.
Y'all with all the jokes, laugh hard, but y'all ridiculous. I'm with all the smoke, Matt Barnes, Shakari Richardson. Matt Barnes has the Up and Smoke podcast. Shakari Richardson, obviously disqualified from competing in the Olympics due to testing positive for THC, for smoking marijuana, basically. And the Matt Barnes episode, that's funny. He says, so I'm with all the smoke. Like, how much those two are now commonly affiliated with smoke.
Raise cash in. I'm the dude who they do the case-act like 8-track tapes. Blue A stacks and Peter Luger's to the fake that steak. Who weighs that? The Louis haters through the new Maybach drapes. We gon' do this for Kanye. If you can relate, that's straight. We come shooting for Conway. Ruby your face back straight. 170 on the dance. All the felonies and the demonic acts. With devils like Vlad, always selling me all of the trauma back. I speak to camera.
Oh, man. I wonder if that's a dig at Conway, the Machine. I know he loves those guys. But he says, where's it at? We gonna do this for Kanye. If you can relate that to Drake. We come shooting for Conway. Ruger your face back straight. Now, Conway got shot, and now his mouth is like, it's on the side of his face a little bit, like kind of got moved, like pulled a little bit to the side. Coworker of mine asked me, you ever heard of Conway the Machine? I was like, yeah. He's like, the guy that looks like he's trying to tell himself a secret. Wild joke. So he's saying, we come shooting for Conway, Ruger your face back straight, like move it back into place. Oh man.
All the felonies and the demonic acts. With devils like Vlad, always selling me all of the trauma back. I speak to Camarines as a deviation of drama. Pastors and wave cats as a recreation of honor. Glad to appreciate black abbreviations of genres. Battle me ASAP, that's for PDA with Rihanna. These male babies with crying attitudes, I ain't attitude. My kind of fabric is well tailored to appreciate black abbreviations.
I was wondering if there was something more to this, but I don't know, I feel like I'm reaching.
Drama, pastors and wave cats as a recreation of honor. Glad to appreciate black abbreviations of genres. Battle me ASAP, that's for PDA with Rihanna. These male babies with crying attitudes, I ain't attitude. My kind of fabric is well tailored to a modern attitude. Superstar. Usually I'm choosing.
You are a superstar. Lupe Fiasco has that. If you are what you say you are. Great song. It's a great record. This doesn't seem like a wild Lupe Fiasco diss record as much as it is a display of Royce's ability at the expense of Lupe sometimes, right? Like, kind of like reference points throughout this diatribe of lyrical display, because the rhyming on this is unbelievable.
Piece of heaven attached on. From using celebrity ranch to moving into a new elegant ranch home. A true MC, y'all doing them regular dance songs. You losing your teeth, moving like using Kevin Durant comb. We shed a light whenever the mic and drums get blacked on. The better knife than ever polite and young relaxed on. Here come the Thundercats on. Karate beef, Miyagi, keep it completely boxer brief. Don't get waxed on. And that's the risk I'm standing night for writing the scripts that last long. I like my crackers dead and white just like them shits to Shaq owns. Call me Big Cialis if she stalking, switch my address, get Viagra, big diagonal.
Karate beef, Miyagi, keep it completely boxer brief. Don't da-dun, get waxed on. Bed of knives, the never polite and much too young relaxed on. Here comes the Thundercat song. Karate beef, Miyagi, keep it completely boxer brief. Don't da-dun, get waxed on. So, Mr. Miyagi, Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. And that da-dun, isn't that the Thundercats thing? Dun. Could be wrong about that, but the thing is Royce is really big into boxing. Lupe is really big into karate. So he says, karate beef, Miyagi, keep it completely boxer brief. Like, keep it brief, keep it short. Like, that's the Ritz I'm staying tonight and writing the scripts that last long. I like my crackers dead and white, just like them shits that Shaq owns. I don't know what Shaq owns. I don't know what he's referencing there. Some of this is definitely going over. I don't know all the reference points. The rhyming is unbelievable. I like my crackers dead and white. That's tough, but I think that's kind of a there's an old, wildly ignorant, racist joke that was very similar, but just at black people's expense. It's an awful joke there, and I think he's kind of flipping it on its head here. He should stop. I don't know what Shaq owns. I don't know what that means.
This androgynous fly actress I'm involved with is my astral, lick my ass, and if y'all asking if I'm gassing, it's my asthma. Y'all listening to the master who's been talking to the...
Sheesh. This androgynous fly actress I'm involved with is my astral, lick my ass, and if y'all asking if I'm gasping, it's my asthma. This rhyming is crazy. Oh my god. This rhyming is crazy.
Masters who's been listening to thy master through this targeted diaspora. Y'all get awards to get awards, I spit water dilution. I'm balling, I hit record, I'm getting recorded by Lucian. The Lord abuses the blacker culture with actors like Rappaport, Rapid Chorus, distracted voices, the lower the nuisance. The more important the news is, more distorted the fuses. Facts are, they employ Lou to exploit the movement.
I was just gonna say, this hasn't felt like a Lupe disc. Like this portion of it is not. I mean, like I said, the karate thing. There's reference points that kind of that dart back to Lupe Fiasco, but this doesn't feel like very intentional to be disrespectful or to diss or whatever. It's just kind of like he is a part of the punching bag that he is punching. I like the line here where he says, "I'm balling, I hit record, I'm getting courted by Lucian." Lucian, the devil. The Lord abuses the blacker culture with actors like Rappaport. They rap your chorus to distract you boys just to lower the nooses. The more important the news is, more distorted the views is. Vax all. They employ Lou to exploit the movement. Lupe, very big pro vaccination guy. Very, very, advocated very strongly for vaccinations, for all. So he's saying that he was hired basically to relay this message.
Black God is a mortal nuisance. Holding your top is the latest strong like quarter juices. The more exclusive Dior, Gucci, the quarter boosters. It's the more juvies and 42s that the court accuses. I wish Nick Cannon the testicular fortitude, the 40 new stepchildren to inject him with the cure to lupus. Pain ain't even frequent, just evil teasing the godly. It ain't even inside me, it's just weakness leaving the body. I flipped my heritage, redefined it to die in jail. Buy and sell for my clientele, but without the mind's help. Ryan Big Alliances, Click Alliances, Iron Elk. Built a giant pyramids in alignment with Orion's belt.
The rhyming is ridiculous. Ryan Big Alliances, Click of Lions, that's Iron Elk. Built the giant pyramids in alignment with Orion's belt. Holy shit. This is a rap clinic right here.
You ain't got the line, you a hostile guy, like you about to rob the new entourage, but you not your eyes. You been ostracized, used to rock with Nas. You was hot to lie, but look at you now, you just hot to rock. Lord of Love said if we battle, then he gon' sit with Luke. I told him, you're dead if we battle, now who gon' sit with you? I'm the...
He did infer this when on the Instagram Live with Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux said that if we battle, he gonna sit with Lou. I told him, you're dead if we battle, now who's gonna sit with you? Jesus.
See all the ladies, see all the latency in HD and 1080p, this shit for publicity. You and me couldn't mix your written and spit good as a pickery. Stop it and sip it, the dog equipment, the hickory dickory. There's Oscar De La Rente Club, there's on the Kunta Kinte to the fuller school of pimp play, offering a fuller template. It's hard to differentiate, oh dog with who the wrench take, Judas from Ingrate, who the students from who the sensei. The Carter mascot, Forrest moving packs on the back block. Nobody argue with Shaq while rooting to Kimbe. Take your mama out on a date at the Barclay, like I'm Drake on the parquet. Call her Uber soon as the rent paid. When it's the last shot with a second left and second best is an RJ. You need to get used to moving with MJ. Everybody grinding on Allen Iverson cornrows. Every grinding on every island all in the Congos. I have not encountered violent exchange through Congo. So I don't holler, I do the body exchange and John Doe. We can kick it.
That's hard. Heavy grinding on every island out of the Congos. I have not encountered a violent exchange through a combo. So I don't holler, I do the bodies, Janes and John Does. That's hard. That's hard.
Specific of me with my Timberland soul. Y'all timid and bold, y'all feminine trolls, pretending to smoke. Got bitches sniffing on Benny and Blow, I'm Benny, I'm Kenny and Go. I'm Benny and Pro, I'll hit my enemy and drunk any of pros. If Lemmy says you ready to go, who trying to hit it the most? I'm hollering regularly outside just like my nigga King Los. I hardly hear you be outside, let y'all be whispering low. We been
watch the reactions of your kids. Masculinity ain't what's toxic. The absence of it is. That's tough. And I know what he's saying in this realm, right? What's dangerous in this realm is losing the competitive spirit and the masculinity and ego, right? Music can benefit from competition and from ego in some ways. Like when a person needs to believe, like the Tom Brady's, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryant's, the Tiger Woodses, you needed their ego, you needed their drive and their competitive spirit, not even masculinity, just drive, right? And ego and confidence to thrive and then push it forward. So I say the absence of that is what's more toxic to the space. I know what he means. In a weird way, like the league benefited from Michael Jordan being as hyper competitive and potentially toxic to locker rooms and stuff as he could be, or maybe he was. The league benefited from it, and the game benefited from it, and he benefited from it, and his teammates benefited from it, even though it may have been toxic. If he wasn't, what's worse is a losing environment, right? If we're not winning games, if we don't have the best player in the world, this sucks, I hate it here, whatever, right? You know what I mean? So I get the angle.
Masculinity ain't what's toxic, the absence of it is. I'm Jill Scott playing, Gil Scott hair, with Preem, her and D'Angelo, Queen serving me cantaloupe, hammock low, swerve lambs on Atlanta roast, Earl animal man go, first lamb of the nana go, the pearl handle ammo go, answer what with your girl Nana or Anna go, cancel coaches annual, Santa punk is the anecdote, cancer don't take for granted, no family though, the streets won't hand us no manual, so we go, cancel a manual, you forgot to do, you're about to die, who was locked aside, without him you be dead, probably dread standing beside you, Fred salmon and lied to, out of red camera disguise you, you violent, but where was that for the...
Oh, is he talking to Lupe here? I don't know the story. The streets won't hand us no manual, so we go handle a manual. You forgot the dude who was about the shy, who's been locked inside. Without him, you'd be dead. Probably dread standing beside you. Man, so I don't know if he's touching on a personal story there or not.
Standing beside you, Fred salmon and lied to, out of red camera disguise you, you violent, but where was that for the clear cameras and Kaisers? 9-minute freestyle about me, I had to make fun of bro. I got plenty problems, my nigga, rapping ain't one of those. Rapping ain't one of those.
He says, 9-minute freestyle about me, I had to make fun of, bro. I got plenty of problems, but my dude, rapping ain't one of those. Rapping ain't one of those. Rapping is not one of his problems. Wow. Great rapping. Great rapping. Not a very hurtful diss record. There might be references in there that I don't know. Like, he might be touching on very personal things that I don't really know much about, so I can't really judge it that way. But, man, that's interesting. That's interesting for sure. What a masterclass on rapping. No, I mean as well rhymed, multi-syllables, whole sentence. I mean the writing for that is unbelievable. Let's get right into this. I'm gonna give that, if it's supposed to be a diss record, I'm gonna give it an 8. It's not a great diss record. It's a really, really sharply written song, right? But as a diss record, there's stuff there. There's enough common thread there. It feels more like bait. And if he were to reply, like if he was going to reply to a response from Lupe, I feel like that one has to be a lot more direct and a lot more straightforward. But I just, as a song and as a diss record, I'm going to go 8. I think it's a 9-9 from a rap song or from a rapping standpoint. As a diss record, it loses points. It's not direct enough for me. But he kind of weaves in and out of these different things, and at certain points, just like, jabs Lupe as he's going by, and then kind of gets into some other topics, and then like jabs Lupe as he's going by, just like consistently redirecting his focus to Lupe, but did not make a 7-minute song about Lupe Fiasco. That's just not the case. So let's get right into this. This is Lupe Fiasco, Steve Jobs, SLR 3.5, Royce to 5.9 disc.
So yeah, track. I apologize, man. It's last minute. me ask for this in advance. SLR. Yeah. Said they lean on me. Nigga shot a dream on me. Told that nigga he can lean on me. Fall asleep and have a dream on me, nigga. Yeah. You see?
I can't take that he says, you can lean on me. You can lean on me, fall asleep and have a dream on me. So is that like a metaphor for sleeping on Lupe? You're sleeping on my ability, and now you're dreaming. You're living in this fantasy world while you're sleeping on me. I wonder if that's supposed to kind of have a little bit of deeper meaning there.
Nigga, yeah. You see, it takes niggas weeks. They need a comfort zone and some beats. Lollygaggers to polymatters to go over responses. Get all layered and technical in their content. Press record. Then I bring the receipts. Lambda. I think that shit was sweet. I wish I could just kiss you on the cheek. Nerds have their hands in everything. Gangsters won't even touch the police. Won't you?
Nerds have their hands in everything. Gangsters won't even touch the police. Yeah, very different approach here. Both songs so far, from a production standpoint, like not necessarily even the beats, just like the mixing, not very great. But these both sound kind of rushed to me, from a engineer standpoint. Interesting start. I like how he says it takes you weeks to like basically get everything together until we get in your comfort zone, and you need some beats. Like you won't just battle me anywhere. You'll only do this from the comfort of the place in which you choose this is going to happen. You need instrumentals. Like you won't go bar for bar with me on a stage or a cappella or whatever. You strike only when it's on your turn type thing.
Tell your niggas get that. Take some of them cool bullies and go and get some of my shit back. The problem is that you ain't never had no impact. Kit Kats and chit chat and syntax don't make up for how much you sit back. I think that nigga's scared. He never leave heaven, cause he already dead. Damn, nigga, are you insane? What's the point?
Heaven Studios is the studio that Royce built up. And he says he lives at the studio. He stays there all the time. So he's saying he'll never leave heaven because he's already dead.
Knowing how to play and aim. If the niggas you gon' bang look exactly the same, that ain't motherfucking cool. That's a motherfucking shame. This ain't no motherfucking game. That's why I think you are a motherfucking lame.
He's saying, the only people you're gonna bang on, or you're gonna shoot or bang on is people that look exactly the same. Like you're supposedly pro solidarity and all this stuff, but you want to come threaten violence with the community that you're telling them, we all got to play along. We all got to get along. We got to be solidarity. We have to have a unified front.
Wear glasses. The difference is I was in school thinking it was cool. You was thinking of skipping classes. Listening to your track record, I can see you were skipping classics. I did it on my first one and delivered to the masses. Your songs.
He says, we both wear glasses. Difference is I was in school thinking it was cool. You were thinking about skipping classes. Like you weren't even confident. You weren't secure with yourself. You were thinking about having to avoid people so they didn't see you with your glasses on. And he says, I can tell by your track record, you've been skipping classics. Like you're not paying attention to great rap.
Track record, I can see you were skipping classics. I did it on my first one and delivered to the masses. Your songs are immemorable, your verses are impenetrable. I ain't even listened to that diss record. I only fuck with you cause your interviews. I ain't even trip when you called me a bitch. I was like, look at Salem, calling me a witch. Look at how they made him. Look how much they gave him. Look at all these.
Look, he says, I ain't even trip when you called me a bitch. I'm all like, look at Salem, calling me a witch, like a city full of witches,
Sis, nigga, if it wasn't for Premiere, you wouldn't be. If it wasn't for, nigga, I got a dozen more. Hove think I'm Hove, Nas think I'm Nas. That's the.
He says you wouldn't be if it wasn't for Premiere. If it wasn't for, I got a dozen more. Saying basically there's a lot of people that have held up and created this pedestal for you to be on, like Premiere with Royce and Premiere. They have the Prime, people that have helped boost Royce or put him on or whatever. A lot of people say that about, like, Royce would be nothing without Eminem. I don't necessarily feel that way, but he's benefited from that relationship as well too. There's no denying that. I think he admits that too. But they're saying I got a dozen more. Like there's a ton of examples of you benefiting from other artists.
If it wasn't for a nigga, I got a dozen more. Hove think I'm Hove, Nas think I'm Nas. That's the trick. You ain't gotta think when niggas already think you are. Mwah.
Hove thinks I'm Hove. Nas thinks I'm Nas. See, that's the thing. You ain't gotta think when dudes already think you are. Like, they already think I'm the greatest. So you don't have to think about me because the greatest already think I am one of the greatest. Oh.
Your story crooked and your book too. Past the dumb shit, but you would shoot somebody's son holding sun chips. I wish they would've left Biz here and fucking took you. And all your hype.
Wow. Wow. It says you say past the dumb shit, but you're gonna shoot someone's son that's holding my sun chips. I wish they would have left Biz here and would have took you. That's harsh. That's harsh. I mean, he did make the Biz Markie reference, the online, they're trying to kill the Lord online prematurely, like Biz Markie. But man, that's tough.
I wish they would have left Biz here and fucking took you. And all your hyper-technical hypotheticals in life, I've never met with you. From a distance, I accepted you. From the podcast, I've been kind of skeptical. This ain't our first class. This should...
That's interesting. I wonder if that's true. He says, I have never met with you. I accepted you from a distance. I accepted you on the podcast. Since the podcast, I've been getting skeptical. That'd be wild if they've never even met, right? Because I feel like they're friends. They do the show together, and maybe that's just a perception thing. You think just because they do a show together, they're cool. Maybe not, right?
That's one of the several. I ain't trying to bash, but it was like you was off this with you from a distance. I accepted you from the podcast. I've been kind of skeptical. This ain't our first class. This is just one of the several. I ain't trying to bash, but it was like you was off your schedule. You was throwing morning jabs. I was like, this nigga's incredible. We had to fucking edit you. I don't know what.
He says, from the podcast, since the podcast, I've been growing skeptical. This ain't our first clash of the several. Or this ain't our first clash, there's been several. And it says, I'm thinking, man, this guy's incredible. We had to fucking edit you. Saying that maybe Royce has been a little combative on the podcast and they've edited it out from the show. Oh, that's interesting. That's some insight there.
If it's just true. One of the several. I ain't trying to bash, but it was like you was off your schedule. You was throwing morning jabs. I was like, this nigga's incredible. We had to fucking edit you. I don't know what vegan Detroit vegetable Dr. Sebi diet infected you to think that we shared the same metrics, or somehow I was less than you.
I don't know what vegan Detroit Dr. Sebi diet has infected you that made you think that we have the same metrics. Oh man.
I was like, this nigga's incredible. We had to fucking edit you. I don't know what vegan Detroit vegetable Dr. Sebi diet infected you to think that we shared the same metrics, or somehow I was less than you and I was the type of nigga that you could get really disrespectful to. I ain't never lectured you. I get energetic and joke. And real talk, nigga, I ain't never disrespected you. I'ma punch you in your fucking face, and we all think it's silly. I'm thinking like, won't this bitch nigga clean up his fucking city? I mean, you got all of the clout.
So he's saying, like, Royce will say, I'm punch you in the fucking face, and we all think it's silly. I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't this bitch clean up his city? Wow. So it's like maybe Royce made some comment to him. If I'm understanding this right, it sounds like Royce made some comment to him. But I'm punching your face, and they all laughed it off. But he's thinking like, who the fuck made you feel like you could threaten to punch me Like, when did that enter itself into our space, into our dynamic? Ooh, all right. This one has a little more meat to it.
Nigga clean up his fucking city. I mean, you got all of the clout. You know how to bring all them niggas out. You can walk the walk. I mean, we seen you walk all over your house. But me and
oh God. He says, you got the clout, you can bring all those guys out. Talking about cleaning up Detroit, right? He says, you got all the clout, just bring all those guys out. If you, we know you walk the walk. We done seen you walk all over your house every time Royce goes live, and especially on those, you know, the conversation with, he's just pacing everywhere. It's like, we done seen you walk all over your house. It's stupid, but it just, that one, that's funny.
Clout, you know how to bring all them niggas out. You can walk the walk. I mean, we seen you walk all over your house. But me and Mickey is geeks because you got some heat. Like, I didn't go to the closet and put guns all over the couch. Your mental health hotline, I think that shit is grown up. But you're the very last nigga that should be picking that phone up. I spit your verse to get immersed inside my enemy, and to remind you they gotta go through you just to get to me. Subtle subordination, perpetual sidekick nigga, sort of a station that you used to. So you ain't gotta get all extremely too personal on your albums when you're not surrounded by bigger artists to fucking boost you. Nigga, you called me, I didn't recruit you, with no regrets, I take it as a test. You said, Lupe, you gotta have some grace, not be so haphazardly to put the truth all in their face. Now that I think about it, that's kinda half and half. If a nigga asking you for the strap, why would you keep it in the stash? If you ran the world, we'd get defeated in a flash. You really gonna be the boss, can't keep secrets from the staff. I learned that in the streets. Niggas sweeping trash, keeping my city clean while you was talking about beating a nigga's ass. That shit is whack. Long live backpack rap. Fuck these monster drinking, new age conscious thinking. Farrakhan today, gangster tomorrow. One foot in they sorrow, another foot in the trap. Killers who easily triggered by a little niggas attacks, who had the audacity to ask rappers to rap. Facts.
Wow. I like this run right here.
The foot in the trap, killers who easily triggered. Live backpack rap. Fuck these monster drinking, new age conscious thinking. Farrakhan today.
Fuck these new age monster drinking. Farrakhan today.
Thinking Farrakhan today, gangster tomorrow. One foot in they sorrow, another foot in the trap. Killers who easily triggered by a little niggas attacks, who had the audacity to ask rappers to rap.
Wow. And there's some truth to that. I'm a fan of Royce, and one day we all need to come together. And the next day it's like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Like, very confrontational, very and you know, if it's about someone disrespecting him, I understand fighting for himself, defending himself. But sometimes it looks like it's spitting in the wind of the brotherhood and community development that he preaches. At times, those things seem like they cause conflict to one another, you know. But that's interesting.
Facts. Mickey. Hey, listen, I ain't done. Nigga, check this shit out. Look, hey, in 7 minutes he did it. If he knew how to freestyle, he could have rented heaven for 7 minutes and been done what needed to be done by the second sentence. All his extra innings may come across as master, but my impressions, apprenticeship, penmanship has the fingerprints of a gimmick and affection and the intimacy of impressions of that nigga you friends with. I ain't gotta say it to say it. I can't even blame you. The nigga's one of my favorites. Fuck that.
So this seems like the Eminem correlation, right? Like, a lot of people, when they diss Royce, they connect him with them. If I'm hearing this right, it sounds like he's saying that this hyper technical style you have, right? Like, where you're crazy technical and technically sound, seems like it's been influenced, and there's impressions of the person you're friends with, right? And maybe he's not referring to Eminem, but that just kind of seems like where he's heading, because he then says, I ain't gotta say it to say it, and I don't blame you because he's one of my favorites. So I don't blame you for modeling your style after Eminem. I don't know if I believe that Royce is stealing Eminem's style. I believe that they're interested in the same thing. They do rap alike, and I think they influence each other and compete with each other. That's how I feel. I don't know, but I get the dig.
To my status, all icy, talk spicy like the house of a traitor. Inwardly successful and outwardly I've made it. Clearly, if I was a regular rapper, you wouldn't even come near me. This nigga think he's Siri, your answer to your queries. What's Siri to Steve Jobs? A button to Tahiri. I'm excessively.
Wow. So what's a question to Sahiri? What's a question to Siri? What's Siri to Steve Jobs? A button to Tahiri, like Joe Budden to Tahiri.
Alien to a Pentagon report. I see your brother trying to cheerlead. That's what he's supposed to do. And everybody that's fucking close to you, supposed to support, push you forth, and calm your black ass down, cause they ain't put you in the source. You chose violence. I just want to know when you gonna respond to Osiris and go to EO Dub, battling from the judge, instead of hitting smack and trying to entertain the thugs. Come and fuck with us, nerds.
Oh man, I'm gonna say that's like an 8.5. Well wrapped, very direct, very direct. Moments in that were very underwhelming, especially considering it's Lupe. Like, this ain't a fucking game. I think that's a fucking shame. That's why you was a fucking lame. Like, just say, like, there was moments where it felt like a little like, what are we doing? Like, this is wildly oversimplified. But there's also masterclass wizardry stuff there too. Lupe's great. He's one of the greatest. This has gone almost the exact opposite way that I thought it was going to go. I couldn't have been more wrong about this. I thought when it came to the battle, Lupe would put on a wordsmith clinic and he would rap fucking Royce. Like, I thought he would just rap the fuck out of him. I thought Royce had the upper hand because I thought he would be meaner. I thought he had that ability to drop lower, the bars lower, and I thought that he could say some things that may not be forgiven, right? Or accepted in their friendship going forward. If they're even friends. I'm questioning that now, right? But I thought Royce's would be the more direct, and I think he's a great writer, and he can write indirectly, and he can do like what he did. I'm not surprised that he has the ability to do that. I just thought who would have made those songs would have been flipped. Honestly, if I had to ask, I would have thought Royce would have went a little bit more simpler and to the point, and a little bit meaner, right, and punch a little lower. Lupe, I thought, would have had the look at what I can do rap-wise, right? Royce's felt like it was a display of his skill, while, like, y'all think I'm talking out of my ass about being, I'm not scared of you legends, whatever. Check this 7 minutes out. Watch this fucking masterclass of words just run out like it's nothing here, you know what I mean? And Lupe actually took more of the diss record approach. Makes sense. Royce's song wasn't a dedicated diss record. It didn't feel like it was 7 minutes about Lupe. Lupe replying always has the things that he can flip and use and then also address new topics, which he did a really good job of. I'm interested to see if Royce were to reply. I would consider that the first time they'd be on like an even playing field, right? Because Royce was kind of like responding to Lupe's freestyle, kind of. That just seemed like two warm-ups for each other, to let each other know that it was coming. I think if Royce responds to this, that's the opportunity to see engaged in battle Royce. I don't feel like the first song, Sounds of Lambda, I don't believe that was engaged in battle yet, Royce. 8.5 for this one. I think Lupe has the upper hand right now. I think the person that goes second almost always does have the upper hand, like by default. This one has, as far as diss records go, this one I would take more as a diss record, like in a diss battle competition. If it was a who rapped better, Royce rapped better. Hands down, rap better. And I did not necessarily think that was going to be the case. Not that I didn't believe that Royce could rap better than Lupe. I just didn't think that would be the approach from each one. They flipped what I assumed the approach would be, and very interesting. This one hurts. Like this is a tough one. I don't like it in a space of venom. I like battles in two ways. Hey man, you want to battle? I'll show you I'm better than you. Okay, cool. Let's battle. I'm better than you. No problem. Cool. You shake hands, you battle, and then you shake hands and go, that was awesome. Also, I like it if two people really don't fucking like each other and you actually don't like each other, and then you handle it through music. I like that too. I don't like when what I perceive they're friends, so maybe this input could be a little different, but I don't like when it takes having to get angry to express yourself or express your desires to compete or whatever. I don't think it should come from a place of anger. I think it should come from a place of competitiveness, and it felt like there was a little bit of anger that was starting to seep into that. Makes it very dicey. I hope it doesn't go much further than this. I'm always interested in competition, and there's two really great records made by each one of them. We'll see what goes from here. Hopefully it stays in a place where it can remain cordial and hopefully just competitively, and that's cool. Like I'm okay with that, but I don't like when things start from anger. My girlfriend posed it to me in that way, and I think that's the perfect way to say it, and I agree. So yeah, sheesh. It's interesting. I mean, it is diss track season, right? It's like summertime, right? Isn't this when all diss tracks happen? Didn't think you would ever see like two guys like this come to blows. It hasn't felt like there's been that top dog of lyricism competing with one another. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens. Hope for the best. Man, it'd be interesting to see where this goes from here. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know down below, who do you think won so far? What scores would you give the songs as a whole? And sound off down below. Everyone be safe, be real. Don't forget to pursue your own happiness, and I'll catch you on the next one.